Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a new game from Grand Gamers Guild called the Artemis Odyssey. The Artemis Odyssey is the second game in the Artemis universe, the first game being the Artemis Project, and this is for 1 to 5 players. Plays in, 60 to 75 minutes. That's probably short. That's probably going to be about a 2-hour game. And it's from designers Bruno Faidutti and Serge Leggett. I'm not sure how to say his name because I'm terrible at names. But like I said, this is the second game in the Artemis universe, and in this one, it plays a lot differently than the first one. But in this one, what you're trying to do is you're trying to explore different planets and systems, trying to build factories and colonies, put out some terraformers to score some points. And you're just trying to be the best explorer to score the most points. Either have more points, have a certain point threshold, or explore all the planets. That's a rough description, but let's just go down to the table and check it out. Alright, so here's a game of the Artemis Odyssey, all set up for 3 players. Takes a little bit to set up, but it's not too bad. So to start, you're going to give each player 11 of their own action cards, which are going to have their own color back. 4 factories, 4 terraformers, 4 colonists, 4 starships. You see there's 3 of some, which is out here on the board, which I'll get to. Then you're going to separate out all the resources. So we have food, water, energy, xanthium, yoyodium, zozodium. So I'm going to call this X, Y, and Z going forward. You're going to shuffle the alien artifact deck, which I have right here. Set it off to the side. And each player is going to start with 7 points because there may be some time where you lose points. Then you're going to set up the planets. There's 9 big systems, which I've done here. That's the ones with the alchemy symbols. And then the sun where we start. You've noticed that we have 3 starships and 3 factories. It's because we each start with a factory and a starship on a random planet. So green's on water, red's on food, and purple is on Y, yoyodium. And now we're going to play. So the way this game works is you're going to be selecting one of these 11 cards from your hand to take an action, but we're only going to take the actions when everybody's played a card. So in a 3-player game, there's going to be 9 cards out here. We're not going to use space 10, and we're going to take the actions in order from 1 to 9. So we're going to kind of program together without really knowing what everybody else is going to do, the actions that we're going to take. Now when you pick an action, a space on the board, you can put it on any of these numbers that you want. So green's first because they had the first player marker. They could go to space 1, or they could put theirs all the way down to space 9. Doesn't matter, it just has to go on one of the empty spaces. And then we're going to fire off from left to right. Now let's go over the actions. There are move actions, which are going to look like this. They're going to have the move action, then they're going to have 3 systems that you can pick to go to. Now this game, everyone gets to take the action of the card that's played, but the person that plays the card either gets a benefit or gets to pick where everybody has to go. So in this case, if green played this card, they would get to pick which system everybody could travel to. And that'll make more sense when we get to it. There's building. You can build starships, terraformers, colonists, or factories. There's a cost, and I'll explain all that when we get to it. There's production. So there's 1 for every good. That's food and energy, water and xanthium, yoyodium and zozodium, and that's it. That's all of them. Then there is a trading action, which only the player that played the card gets to do the trading. They can trade with the bank. The first card you trade is 1 to 1, the second one's 2 to 1, the third one's 3 to 1, or you can trade with other players. But other players cannot trade with the bank or each other. It's only the player whose card it is can initiate all the trades. There's another travel. So every player has 2 travel cards. So they only have 6 systems. But you see there's 8 systems. So every player cannot go to all the systems. They have to rely on other people to play those. And then there's 4 scoring cards, which are going to look like this. They're basically going to make you the first player when you play one. And they're going to give you different scoring conditions. And we'll talk about those when they come up. Now, the game is going to end in one of 2 ways. When someone hits 77 points at the end of that round, that will be the end. Whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, everybody wins. Or once every planet out here has been explored. And that'll make more sense when we start playing. So for red and purple, I'm just going to shuffle those cards and randomly pick them just so you can kind of see the actions. It's probably not going to be the way that normal people will play, but that's just what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play as the green player. So let's see, what do I want to do? I have water. I want to get some resources, I think. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play my water resource down right here because I want to get some resources. Then, and also just to make it easier, I'm going to just go straight down the board with the actions. I'm not going to try to get fancy and actually like game it out because that'll take too long. So that's red. Then purple will go to 3. Again, random, just so you can kind of see how the game works because I want to play through a round. Then back to me. So I'm getting some water. Then I think I'd want to move because I don't need both my people on one. You're going to produce wherever you have assets unless you're on an alien planet. And an asset is anything on you. These won't produce, they're just going to score you points. But your ships, your colonists, and your factories are going to produce 1, 1, and 2. So I don't need to have both of those together. I want to get my starship exploring. So let's go ahead and explore. I want to go to this one, that planet, because it's got a bunch of, that system, because it's got a bunch of planets around. So I'll put that there. Then red, purple, and then I don't know what I'm going to get from that planet. So let's do, we'll do a scoring one, and I'll explain how that goes, just so we can kind of see how everything goes. And then red, and then purple. Have this right upside down. All right, then we're going to fire off. Now, once everybody's done that, then we start with card 1, and we go this way. So let's do it. Card 1. So green, me, I played it. I get to pick which one of these is going to fire off. Is it going to be water or is it going to be X? So I think because I'm on water, I'm going to fire that off. Factories produce at 2. Starships and colonists produce at 1. So I'm going to get 3 water. Everybody else would get to produce water if they're on water, but they're not. So no one else produces anything. And that's the end of that action. Then we're going to go to red. Red picked a trading action, which was probably not smart because they don't have anything to trade. So that was just a waste. But hopefully that'll come up later and we can show you. Purple is going to be moving. All right. Where does purple want to move to? Let's move to the arrow. They're going to move to the arrow. So when you move, you do a couple things. You can peek at these planets to see what you want. And then you're going to move to one. So I'm actually going to go here. That's an alien planet. It doesn't have a resource, but when you go there, you're going to draw alien artifacts based on how many assets, pieces here, that you have on every alien planet. You'll draw that many and keep that, and keep 1 card. I'm only on 1 alien planet, so I draw 1 card and I keep it. I have an amnesia beam. Play this card at the end of the planning phase. Choose an opponent's face down card and return it to their hand without resolving it. So I'm going to mess somebody over. So that's purple. They have this card now that they can use whenever they would like to. Some of them are points, a whole bunch of random stuff. So purple went first because it was their card. Then they get to decide who goes next. They're going to let red go next. So red is going to, what are they on? They're on food, water. Yeah, they're actually going to get some water. So they're going to go here. They'll grab a water. When you explore a planet that's not an alien planet, you go there, you get the good. So red now has water. Then me, I'm going to, I have water. I want to get some food. So I'll come here and I'll grab me some food. So I now have 3 waters and a food. Pretty good. All right. So that's that. Back to my turn. Now I'm going to move again if I want to, and I can pick a planet, and I do want to. I'm going to pick this one. I get to look over here what I want. I'm going to actually take that. So I'm going to come over here and I'll take Y. Yo-yodium. And then the rest of the players can decide, and I'll let purple go next. They can see if they want to go. They probably do want to go somewhere, considering they didn't get anything last time. So they'll go here. They'll take an energy. So now they have energy. And then red is actually just going to stay. They're going to stay in the water. You don't have to move. Now it's red's turn. They played a movement as well. But based on how everything else shaked out, no one's going to move. But they could go to the 69. I don't know what it is, but they could go to this planet, or this planet, but they don't want to go to any of them. Then it's purple's turn. They're going to produce. All right. So all of Z, the Z planets, and all the X planets are going to produce. So they're any of those. What is this? That's water. That's Y. Nope, nobody's producing anything, so it doesn't matter what they pick. All right, now green's going to play a goal card. I played a goal card. So that does two things. Whenever a goal card comes up, that person becomes immediate first player. So that was me. I'm still first player. Then I get to pick one of these goal conditions to score. So I can pick 2 points for every, when I have the majority in an area, or I can pick one in every area, and I'm just going to pick different areas or different systems. So I'll get 2 points. Purple will get 2 points. And green will get 2 points. And then whoever has the most, scores the most points, which in this case was all of us, we're all going to get 3 additional points. So we're all at 12. That's not how that always pans out, but it did that time. Red is going to do the same thing. We'll do the same thing again. So we'll each get 5 more points. Math is hard. And now red's first player. And then purple will move again if they want to. And I think they do want to. They're going to move over to this system. And let's see what we got here. They're going to come here and they're going to take a Z. I think I may move as well. Yeah, I'm going to move as well. I'm going to take Y. And then green is actually going to stay where they are. They're pretty happy there. And that's the end of the round. Now, a couple things happen at the end of the round. Any in-game goal or scoring cards stay up above the board, and you only get them back when you've played all 4 of your scoring cards. So basically that means you have to play all of your scoring cards before anything can play out. Before you can play them again. So you can't just keep playing scoring cards trying to just score a pile of points. Then all the other cards that aren't scoring cards, you get back into your hand. If you have more than 10 of these resources, you have to discard down to 10, and you have to check to make sure none of the in-game triggers have been met. So not all the planets have been explored, and no one's hit 77. We have not done that, so we're good to go on to another round. All right, so now this is round 2. It goes on until it ends, but I'm red as first player, and I want to actually show you some other actions. So you've seen travel, you've seen gather resources. Let me see if I can build. Water, food, yes. All right, so we're going to do a build action. Red's going to do build, because I want you to see how that works. Purple, just going to randomly pick something, because you've seen a couple scoring cards. They all function similarly to that, so I'm not going to belabor that point. Then it's my turn. What haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen an official trade, so I'll do a trade so we can see that. And then we'll just randomize, just because it's faster and we don't have to wait for me to pull an AP turn. So we'll do this. I know what that is. Back to me. I want to produce this one. Oh wait, what am I on? That's not me. Yeah, that's fine. All right, then red, purple, and then I want to do a score. All right. And that is all set up. Now we're going to play. So red is first. They're going to play this. They're going to do a build. So red gets first dibs at building. They can build 2 things. Everybody else can then follow and build 1. So they only have 1 card, so they can't build. But they get to decide who can go next. They'll pick me next, because they don't think I can build anything, but joke's on them. I'm going to build a colony. A colony costs 1 water, 1 food, and 1 ore, which is XYZ of any type. So I played that. So I played a Y, a food, and a water. And now I get to build a colony on any place I have a spaceship, so I do that. A factory costs 2 energy, 1 ore of any kind, and it has to be built where a colony is, and you swap them out. A starship is 1 energy and 1 of every ore, so I need 1 of these and then all of those. And it can go anywhere where I have something else. And then a terraformer, these guys, can go on alien planets, score 3 points, or water and food planets, as long as I have something else there, 3 points immediately. They can't move around. They're just going to score you a one-time benefit of 3 points. And if you build a colonist or a colony or a factory on an alien planet, you get 3 points. So that's how the building works. So we did that. Can purple build anything? They only have 2 cards, so no. You need at least 3 cards. All right. Purple. They're going to do some scoring. So they become first player. And then they get a pick. You get 2 points for every starship. Or you can score every colonist and factory. Colony and factory. And I think because they don't want to give anybody a lead, they're going to pick space starships. So everybody's going to get 2 points. Everybody's going to get 5 points. Because we all had the most. When there's everybody has the most, it's a tie. So that was that. Now it's the green. Now I get a trade. All right. So I want to build a starship, but I don't have enough. So I'm going to trade this. I can trade 1 to the bank for anything that I want, and I'm going to get an energy. And then for the next trade to the bank, it has to be 2 of the same thing, and I'm going to take an X, and that's my turn. And I can trade with them. Normally when you're trading, everybody flips their cards over so you can see what everybody has, but I didn't want to trade with them because it seems weird, silly to trade with other players. You just trade with the bank. So that was that. Red, they're going to do a trade action as well. They only have water. And I think they want to... They're going to actually trade the water for an energy. All right, done. Purple, let's do another scoring card. 2 points for every alien planet you have with an asset on it. In this case, nobody has that. Or 3 points for every terraformer. We don't have any terraformers out on the board, so nobody's going to score there. Not a good time to play that, but again, I'm just kind of showing you what's going on. Then it's my turn, and I'm going to produce. And I think I'm going to produce with Y. So I will get 2 Y here, because I get 1 for each starship and colonist. Is anybody else on Y? Purple gets 2, because their factory is going to produce at 2. And red will get 1, because they have a colonist or a starship on 1. All right, then back to red. Ooh, red's going to let us move. All right, they're going to move to 69. Let's see what's over in 69. Ooh, they want some water. They're going to go over here, grab some water. So they get 1 water. And then I think they'll let me go. I want some energy, so I'm going to come over here, take some energy. Okay. And then purple will go if they want to. They get a look. Nope, they're going to stay where they are. So they're not moving. All right, then it's purple's turn. Purple's going to produce. What are they on? Ooh, that's a good choice for them. All right, so they're going to produce Z. So they'll get 1 Z. Is anybody else on Z? Doesn't look like it. So nobody else gets anything. All right, so that was that. Then this one, I played this same scoring one right here. And I'm going to score for colonists and factories. So I'll get 2 for this one and 1 for this one. So I'll get 3. 1, 2, 3. Everyone else will get 2 because they only have a factory. Now, because I had the most, I get 3 points. And everybody else loses 2 because they had the fewest. So I've now jumped up into the lead because of that. So green scoring cards go here. Purple scoring cards. Purple scoring cards. Purple stays... Green goes first because I played the last card. Then you get your cards back. And that is how the game's going to play. You're going to keep going like that until either all the planets are revealed, explored, or somebody hits 77 points, Then you end the game, and whoever has the most points is the winner. That's how you play the Artemis Odyssey. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was the Artemis Odyssey. First, I didn't say this in the playthrough, which I should have. This is all prototype components, so you can see that these are like Catan pieces. Right here, there's the cities and the settlements, and the terraformers are like just meeple guys. So all that stuff's gonna look different, but I forgot to mention that. So the components will look more like the scoring cards, which are gonna have the specific shapes to what the items actually are. So now that we're past that, this is a really interesting game. It's Bruno Faidutti, so he likes that thing where everybody's playing secret cards and then you're revealing and you're kind of firing things off. Think of like Mission Red Planet when everybody's picking cards, you're going to activate at certain times. This has a little resemblance of that with the way that you're putting down cards on the action tracker, and then they're going to fire off in order. So it has a little bit of that. So if you like that mechanism, you're going to like that deal. But at this game's heart, it's effectively an exploration game. You're going around to different planets, trying to gather resources, trying to build colonies and factories so you can produce better resources when the production cards come up, trying to get some terraformers out, maybe do some alien planets so you can get some of those artifact cards to help you throughout the game. It's a pretty straightforward game, honestly. I don't know if a rule, like a little cheat sheet, a player aid is going to be available in this game. I didn't have one in my copy because, again, prototype copy, because there's a lot of stuff to remember. Like the person that actually played the card gets the bonus action. It'd be nice if those were spelled out a little bit. The cost of all the goods or all the things to build, they're not spelled out anywhere except in my rule book. So I had to either keep referencing that or looking at it. Just it'd be nice to have all of those on a little player aid card. I'm sure that might happen. I don't know, but if not, you could always make one. It's not a huge game breaking deal, but it gets a little hard to remember some of those little rules. So yeah, I like this game. It's going to be hitting Kickstarter on September 7th, which happens to be my birthday, so easy day for me to remember. And once the project is live, I'll have a link to the project in the video description, so you can go check that out, throw some support if this seems like a game that you're interested in. So that is the Artemis Odyssey from Grand Gamers Guild. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.